Okay, let's go over a couple things. First thing we talked about is a grip. Your hand is what we call in flexion here. We can see your fingers, and I'm kind of over exaggerating here in the video, but we don't want our hands to see fingers. We want to see knuckles. So the grip we want, this one. So here's what we want. We want our hands to be in this extension, meaning bent in. Yours are bowed out. You're going to see these knuckles, and that gets his hand on top. Your hand, if I draw a line through the shaft, you can see that my hand is on the side of it. It's not really on yours. Your hand is on the side of the club. You can't apply leverage to that. This will eventually send this hand up in flexion too, and we'll have a little more leverage here in that hand. So the little training grip is the best thing for you to get your hands on there correctly. Now, the reason we want that on there, if we watch a tour player going through the golf ball, tour players have quiet hands. As they go through the shot and hitting, you'll see these hands are quiet. This hand will eventually go to flexion. This is Colin, and he's got the super flexion, but he's not that way at his dress. Eventually, players like getting that feeling, but you can't have it at the start, or your hands cannot hinge correctly, therefore the face would open. So eventually we're going to go through, we're playing leverage. Now your hands, because of your swing, are going to do all this extra motion. You can see here your hands are not in a really strength. Your shaft is not, it's leaning this way instead of leaning this way. And that's us hitting that bag, applying leverage. We want to apply leverage to the ball. And that's why our hands need to be on there to get everything to work in sync. So that was grip number one. Set up in position. We want to set up square, which means right now you have a little more weight sitting on your front leg. You can see you're leaning more to that. We want to feel 50-50 and get that ball position. I'll send the video for ball position. We're going to feel a little bit more on top. Now, let's move ahead here. Now, the key thing in your swing, let's look at your backswing here first. Your backswing was trying to get a lot of turning and twisting. And so what happens is when you get top heavy, you really aren't in your core. You're up here and you're high in your shoulders, and you really don't have any resistance at all. And because of that, the only way for you to get any energy in your swing is your shoulders. So that's a twist down and across. That's your shoulders trying to hit, and then you're coming outside in and just can't really get contact. So we got to get this club back to the inside and get power. So again, if we're going to watch over here when we hit the bag with this one arm drill, you see how me and Roy are hitting the ball as a leverage filling. That's why we need the grip on. There's a leverage filling. This is, you're on that outside, in other words, no leverage to the ball. And you can see we're in this drill. I'm using my core muscles, my legs. This drill, my arm is folded against where my sleeve is. I want that to stay close. My arm is kind of throwing action, but I'm also applying leverage, meaning my hand's in extension. I'm not flipping the golf club there. This drill, you can just turn a pillow or comforter down, turn a club itself down, and just work on, you'll have to hit it hard, but feel how you're creating leverage fillings. So go to Jon Rahm. You're going to see the same leverage filling. So every tour player has this, how they apply leverage to a golf ball. They have different speeds, but leverage is leverage. And your swing can't really get to the leverage and where you're swinging. Now the key is we tighten. Let's talk about the backswing, the things we worked on. And I'm not sure we talked about this today, but we'll go over these drills here. All right, so the first drill is we're going to cross our arms, and you can see I'm in this stack position where I've got my feet and hips are in the same line, where you're leaning closer on your front foot. So we want to feel 50 weight on this. Great. Now what I'm going to do here, I've got my golf club right here on my belt buckle, and I'm going to try to keep it there. It'll move a little bit, but I'm trying to feel resistance here on top of my thighs and my feet. I'm going to move from my mid core, my above core, right in my rib cage. That's where my hands are. I'm going to move from there. I'm going to feel resistance below. So I'm trying to build a spring resistant force right here. So now I'm getting connected to the ground here. And your swing just kind of doesn't have that there because you roll that club face and you lift and you're up here. So you've done a lot, but you don't have any power from there. So this is that first thing. Now the next thing is we need to feel outward and another stretch in the arm. This is what we call kind of punch. Take that same feeling and pretend there's a wall here. And I said, if I want to punch the wall, I'm going to punch it like that. Now it's building another resistance point. So now I'm building the spring energy I'm loading up. And instead of you going up and collapsing, we don't have any power from there. We have it from here. Right now I'm going to feel a stretch here, here, and in my core. And now from that, because you're all swing, you're going to kind of come down with the shoulders. And then I'm going to do it with a golf club. So that's just a simple layering drill that you can do. Once we're here, core, resist, punch, stretch. Now going on to the now it gets us to hitting the bag. Because once we're there, now we're going to take that feeling and stretch, and that's our power. That's a force of energy right there. So we're going to hit that stretch, and you're going to feel powerful in your core muscles to hit the bag. And then we can take the club. You're going to picture there's a bag there, so a good visual for you to feel like you're going to apply a force. Your swing's going to have a load, a resistance, a hit the bag, and then we're going to release the energy like we're throwing a ball. It's a stretch, and then feel like you're hitting the bag, and then release that energy in your golf swing to speed it up.